So welcome everybody, wherever you are, wherever you're joining from, wherever you're watching this from, whether you're watching it recorded. It's absolutely amazing, and I'm just gonna make sure that um, everyone is connected right now. So I'll just have a quick look before we go on into today's. So we're basically looking at how to start a successful and sustainable business, and that's online. So you can work anywhere, you can work at the beach, you can work wherever you want, right? So it's exciting stuff, but how do you set everything up? It gets overwhelming if you're not stationed in the right place, right? So you gotta be very, very clear and very sure of what you're doing, right? So there's a lot of information, but there is also a lot of misinformation, if I may say. So let me just check something quickly just to make sure everything is working properly. Okay, just double checking a few things here. And what else do I have to check? Right. Okay, so don't forget to leave me some comments. Let me know how you are. Where are you connecting in from? What are you doing? What type of business do you run online? Do you do e-commerce? Are you a coach like I am, right? I've done multiple things. I haven't only been doing coaching. I started coaching after really, really going into very, very many different things, experiments, and most of them were live. I was spending real money for almost 2 years, right? So that's pretty exciting, even though it's not very exciting when you're not seeing results. I know, and I know, and I know. I'm doing my last check before we get started. I'll just quickly have a look at just to make sure that every channel is connected. Okay. So yes, we are live, and yeah, so today we are going to be looking at what actually is possible. I mean, what tools do you actually need in order to really start your business, in order to run online? What tools do you actually need? It sounds very, very, simple, right? But it's not. Especially for people, you have a default in your mind. You don't want to go into anything where you haven't worked out the cost. And for most of people that I speak to, I'm starting a business. They ask me, okay, how much are you investing? They want me to speak in thousands of pounds and all those kind of things, or thousands of dollars. And I just tell them, look, I will consider the money last. This is the idea and I'm working on it, and they find that really, really crazy, right? Because I'm not bothered about how much it will cost me, but I'm most bothered about how it's going to work, the kind of extent, so they are fascinated by that, and they are really, really thinking, well, how does that work? So most people are put off because of start the kind of tools that you need to start, the monies that you need to start. A good thing with online business, it has an easier point of entry, right? So you could go into affiliate marketing, sell someone else's product. No need to create a product. You can start tonight if you want. It's very easy. It's doable. It's fun, and probably you know that's why most people take it for granted. That's why most people run it like a side hustle. I don't like the term side hustle because no matter, even if it's even if it's something that is earning you money on the side, you don't want to treat it as a side hustle. I know what they mean, but the moment you treat it as a side income, it's not going to work as well. So you have to really, really work out online business like it's your main deal, right? Because that's a level of seriousness that can produce results, right? So let your job be side hustle, and let this, because this is freedom, financial freedom. You just you just don't want to really play around with it, right? It's financial freedom. Financial freedom is everything. You can work at the beach, you can work anywhere around the world. So, and that's really exciting stuff. Anyways, so what tools do you need to get started? And I find these tools common to many things, whether it's e-commerce or drop shipping, which is basically drop shipping, really. But if it's e-commerce, say for example, e-commerce, you know, maybe also the same as they're all the three business models, right? And we will go into them in the coming episode. In the coming live sessions, we'll go into all the business models. There is one where you can actually teach, right? So you teach, right? Just like coaching is. That's one of the business models, whether it's a language, basically teaching whatever experience you've got. And then there is another, which is e-commerce model. So e-commerce model is basically you selling products, right? You can do drop shipping or you can bring the inventory at home. And then the third is basically affiliate, the affiliate model where you sell someone else's products. Every one of them is exciting in their own way, right? But you've got to know where to get started. Now, what I'm talking about today is tools to get you started. I'm giving you common ground tools. So basic tools that you need to get started without too much hassle. First of all, you need a website, right? And I'm saying that you need a website because it is real. I know people who will advise you to start with Facebook Marketplace. You can just list your products. You don't need a website. I'm telling you, you do need a website. And the reason is um, when you have a website, it's your home on the internet, right? If Facebook gets any problem, your business will survive. Now you might be saying, well, I've lived all my years and Facebook never got a problem or never sued, it never went away. Wait until you gather about 10,000 followers and now you're having an income that is really, really good. Probably maybe 5,000. Maybe you have an income of up to let's say £5,000 or dollars every month, right? Now you probably acquired a property and your expenses have gone up. You're dependent on that business, and then Facebook gets a glitch, right? Now your income is cut out, and people don't know where to find you, right? Facebook went away. They used to see you on the live sessions just like this one, and Facebook went away, and now you're lost. Man, that hurts. So you don't want that to happen. You want to get yourself be smart, get a home, and the people on Facebook are busy because Facebook keeps them busy because it wants them to keep coming back. Now, you don't want to be like that. You want to be in a place where you can actually get their attention, right? So you need a website. You need your website. Now, I'm not saying the website is one of the tools, but I'm going to mention a few tools that you need. Very, very few. It's a small budget. Anybody can actually get started, right? If you don't have a job and you just, you know, oh, of course, what I recommend is you start with a budget. Start your own online business with a budget. Don't start off anyhowly, right? Have a plan, a business plan, how it's going to run, how much are you going to invest, which is why I'm doing this live session so that you get to know exactly what tools you need to run a real business, right? So you're going to need a website. And what will you need on a website? Of course, you might require hosting monies, but today you can get a website for kind of free using Google site, but you don't want to use that because, again, they're hosted on Google. Anything could happen. You want to be as independent. You could get proper hosting, and that's going to cost you probably about um, maybe $90, $90 every year. Now that's cheap, right? That's less than $10 a month. And of course, you pay that at once. And of course, design your website. You can do it yourself, but you want to avoid doing it yourself if you're going to run a serious business. And the reason is it's a little bit challenging, right? Sometimes it's challenging to run a business on your own. I mean, to run a business while you're creating the website and you're doing all those kind of things, because they spend a lot of time, and sometimes you want to get it perfectly well, and a lot of times it's never going to come out like that immediately. It's going to take time. So you want to get those things off, focus on what matters, which is getting revenue in, getting income to your business. So number one tool that you might need is, I'm going to mention this because it works with the website. Now that's Elementor, right? Now I find Elementor really fascinating because it's not just a page builder. Well, it's marketed as a page builder, but honestly, I have been able to save thousands of pounds every month by just using Elementor. It has split tests for landing pages. I can create landing pages. I can track. I can do so many different things with Elementor Page Builder. And I can almost do anything. They even have templates. Now, you want to really, really, really use such a tool because it also has forms you can capture, um, emails, email addresses. And if you don't go with such a tool, then you're going to buy a separate kind of tool for every one of those. You're going to buy a tool for collecting emails, which is a form plugin or something, and that's going to really really cost. And many times it costs. So when you look at Elementor, it's really really amazing because you will not need anything else, especially with regards to working with your website. And of course, the other tool, which is tool number two, is an autoresponder. You need something that will keep the emails and create automations that will go out as your emails. So that's very, very important. Don't forget that. And one of the tools that I really love is Activecampaign, which is an autoresponder. I love Activecampaign because it has high level automation, and the cost to start with is really minimal. I think it's about 12, about $14, I would say. But that's about 15 actually. It's about $15. But that's really $15 a month. And that is really almost next to nothing when you look at the abilities, that, what the kind of work that it does is really amazing. So those are two tools that I think are really, really key. In addition to, of course, having your home on the internet. But I'm speaking I'm saying this because I imagine you already have a website and probably you already hosted. Now you're thinking, well, how do I start a business? Whether you're going to go with any model that you're going to go with, you will need a page builder like Elementor, which is actually more than a page builder. You can create forms to capture emails. You can create landing pages because those are very, very essential when it comes to creating your campaigns. And I'm talking about, funnels, right? And of course, it also has a lot of templates. So it will save you a lot of time. You will not build everything from scratch. That's where the pain is, getting to build everything. Remember, when you start out, you're on your own. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing everything, right? Because you may not be able to hire a graphic designer, to hire somebody to create a landing page, to hire somebody to create maybe emails for you. You might be, you might go learning each and every one of these skills in the first days. The first days are really amazing because you get to learn a lot. But again, they can be overwhelming if you don't use the right tool. So those are two tools that I think are really, really key. Have I left any of them out? I think those are the main ones. Those are really the main ones. The others can come as a by the way. Say, for example, you want to create appointments, maybe you're a coach, you can start manually, right? You can maneuver things manually, probably using the free tools, or you can, just communicate manually by email and say, hey, you know, I saw your message, you sent me a message on my Facebook, you wanted a coaching session. Can we schedule one? Maybe you plan one. So you can start manually. I mean, you can get started regardless. But these are the two that you may not be able to do without. So, hey, I hope those really shed some light. You don't need much. So that's $15. And Elementor is now a little bit more costly. I think it's gone to about 200, about $199 a year per website for one account. Well, that's a little bit, yeah, that's kind of a little bit beyond what it used to be. But if you really, really are serious about starting and you would like, or you probably need some help with Elementor, and you don't have that much money, you can drop me a comment and or drop me a message directly, and I will see what I can do for you. Right? So I'm here to help. I'm here to support you. I have been in the same shoes where I worked at a job, and then I worked with other colleagues that I paid, my business partners, to really run the business. And of course, you try to save every money. It's challenging, and I have been there. So I'm really here to help. And if you want access to all these tools, you just want to find all of these tools in one place. I have created a page with all of them, and I'm going to link them in the comments just after this live session. I'm not going to leave it now. So you can always find them whenever you want to learn about, or you want to know much more about these. So in the next live session, which is next Saturday, we will look at the business models again. What can you actually do with your life when right? If you really want to run a business, what can you actually do? So we will look at that next Saturday, 4 p.m. BST. Don't forget, you can book this. Probably you can. I'm going to make sure that this is scheduled continuously, so you can always kind of book in advance, or set a reminder so that you're reminded. But hey, I hope we can work together. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you can build a business. I was really fascinated. I was at some point I bought a product off Google, and when the product came to me, I realized that the sender was in India, right? And that said something to me. You can be anywhere all around the world and sell anything, right? So any, there is no excuse anymore, for failing to run a successful business. But what I normally like to talk about is a successful and sustainable business. What can you do with your life, right? So that's very, very important. So thank you very much. And I hope to see you next Saturday. Make sure you shine, make sure you win. If you have any comments, drop them below. Let me know what you think about the tools that I have shared. Those are the basics. Those are the basics. You don't need much, right? And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach me directly. Drop me a direct message or leave messages on my page, and I will definitely answer you. So have a wonderful weekend and peace. Bye.